one person is going to be brand. One person is going to be audience. Decide between yourselves. Who is going to be brand? Who is going to be audience? All those who are brand, put up your hands. All those who are audience, put up your hands. Good. We are going to have a competition. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
Is it game on?
Yes.
Good. Turn to your partner and give them your game on face. Practice round. Practice round. Brand. Good. By the way, please do not break any fingers. So everyone got this? Yeah? Now, this is going to be the rule. If you lose, you have to turn to your partner and go, I am not worthy. Game on. So give them your game on face. Are we ready? Now, best of 3 rounds. Round number 1. Don't start. Round number 1. Audience. Good. Round number 2. Brand. And finally, the final round. Stare your partner in the eye like you're going to win this. Final round. Brand. Wait. Losers. Where are the losers? Face your partner. You know what to do. So there are a few lessons from this. We live in a world that we are brands. That we are now trying to connect and engage our audience. But many a time we make mistakes because we are going there and goes, please hire me. And the audience going, stay away. And it happens. And there are times when the audience is going up to you and going, please, we want you, we love your brand. And you go, I can't comment. You decide what you want. And we live in this era. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to turn you on. I'm not going to dance. You will never come back from lunch if I do. But I want to turn you on. And most importantly, I want to turn on your brand. All of you here in this room. One of the things I want to acknowledge to everybody in this room is this. The day you were born, you are the CEO of your brand. You are the CEO of your brand. And many a times I've gone into organizations, and I do this for a living for the past 22 years. I do a lot of work with corporate brands. But I also see this. I see personal brands and how they doubt themselves or they go, I don't think I'm good enough. And I want you to remember this. The day you are the CEO of your brand, what you say, what you do, how you connect, how you try to catch your audience is a reflection of your personal brand. So we did a survey as part of my consulting firm, asking over 5,000 personal brands across Southeast Asia. And these were some of the data that we found from this survey. So I'm going to share some of this data with you, but I'm going to, again, play with the audience. I want you to decide by yourselves if this is true or false. So if you think this is true, I want you to raise 2 hands. Everyone got this? How many hands? 2. And if you think it's false, I want you to do this. I want you to fold your hands and shake your head. Everyone got that? Good. Let me give you the first point. True or false? The stronger your personal brand, the higher the chance of people doing business or recommending you. True or false? Man, very smart audience. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job. The answer is true. Number 2, people are 2 times more likely to buy or work with personal brands they trust. True or false? Good. The correct answer is false. People are 4 times more likely to buy from a brand. Speaker 1, audience 1. Final question. People that develop and use a strategic personal brand communication plan have a higher chance of success in their career or business? True or false? Everyone's a bit unsure now. It's like, I'm not going to move. The correct answer is true. Well done. So we realized that through our survey and through our research, that personal brand has a huge advantage when it comes to positioning yourself in the market, be it from an entrepreneur perspective or from a career perspective. So what I want to do is to ask you all this question. As a brand, do you know what you stand for? Yes or no? Yes. Good. I hear more yeses than nos. So I want you to think of one word that best represents your brand. For example, the word could be passion. I'm about passion. It could be about service. I'm Ron Kaufman. I'm about service. It could be about, I'm about integrity. So I want you to think about one word that best represents your brand. Everyone got this? Everyone got their word? Yes or no? Good. This is what I want you to do. I want you to be proud of your brand, and I want you to shout this word as loud as possible. Got this? As loud. We're going to wake up the students outside. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Fire! This is what you guys sound like. That is the reality of brands, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a cluttered, crowded world. Everyone's shouting out their messages. Everyone's saying, pick me, pick me, pick me, hire me. And that's a problem. And the best way for brands to stand out is, number one, of course, to know who they are. Number two, to be very clear about what they're saying. But most importantly, in the clutter of noise, every one of you shouting, you have to stand out. You have to be differentiated. So in my limited time today, I'm going to share with you some ideas on how you can do that. I've been doing this for 22 years. And I have a very clear process that I take our consulting clients through and our personal brands through. There are 5 steps to our approach. And I'm going to take you through these 5 steps. But I'm going to give you a quick idea of the framework. The first part of the framework is the first D, discover. In this part of the framework, I talk about how you can discover your brand through research. Part 2 of the framework is about define. We help our clients define exactly who their audiences are. The third part of the framework is about develop. At this stage, we help brands develop a very clear idea of the framework. Fourth stage, demonstrate. We help brands clearly demonstrate their value, clearly demonstrate their credibility in the marketplace. And at the final stage, we have deliver, where we help brands go out and deliver a powerful brand plan. I can't take you through these 5 stages, but what I'm going to do is I am going to share 2 quick ideas from this stage for today. Let's start with the first one. Develop. Developing a message. I love music. I absolutely love music. I wanted to sing until my mom threatened to throw me out from the home. So my bad voice. I wanted to play the guitar, but I was tone deaf. The only thing I could do was to DJ. And so while I was doing my bachelor's and doing my master's, I also used to DJ part-time. When I started my career as a brand consultant, I used to work Monday and Friday as a brand consultant, but on the weekends, I became Brown Sugar. That was my DJ name, by the way. The DJ Brown Sugar on the weekends, hard-working, dedicated brand guy on the weekdays. And I went out there and I loved what I did. I loved branding to my core, but I also loved being DJ Brown Sugar. Until one day, a lady came up to me and said this to me after a DJing gig. She said, young man, I was young then. Thank you very much, thank you. So she said, young man, why are you wasting your life as a DJ? Why don't you go and study? Do something with your life. Maybe get yourself a diploma so you can be something and work. Don't waste your time as a DJ. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. I've got a master's. I work as a consultant in a top firm. What do you mean? And she apologized and she moved off. But I learned something that day. It's this thing called clarity of your brand. And so I decided to drop brown sugar. Now, on the weekends, at home now, I still DJ in the privacy of my bedroom. My audience is my wife sitting in the back of the room. But I decided to focus on being the brand guy and wanted the world to know that I'm the brand guy. And when I did that, things started to change with focus. So what I'm going to show you is an example of how when you have focus, you can take that and deliver that in a very clear value proposition. Now, I don't have time to go through this with you, but this is an example of our value proposition template. Good, thank you. In this template, you have a few things. The template has the audience that you select. It has a hook to pull them in. It states you is better than who, a clear indication of the benefit, the results of the benefits, and a call to action. How can you use this template? Once I create this template, I use it at my different touch points of my brand. I use it when I go to networking. I use it at my social channels. I use it on my brochure. I could even use it on my resume. This is an example of what I did for myself, just to give you an idea. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, and I'm happy to talk to any of you during lunch on getting clarity on developing a value proposition, but it is a very powerful tool to get clarity around your brand and being able to use this to go out and impact your different touch points. I want to share now the second principle. Second principle is called create credibility. There are many factors or many tools that you can use to creating credibility. This is our proprietary tool called the credibility wheel. And in this, you have many tools that we use to help our clients gain credibility in the market. Let me show you some examples around it. This, for example, is called credibility by volume, where you go with numbers. You talk about how many people you have and how many clients you have served. I have a client that does a really good job at doing this. If you go to her office, in her conference room, she has 500 plus pictures of every client she has served over the past 10 years in this conference room lined up. And it's a powerful, credible tool to show her other clients that she can be trusted. The other ways you can do this as well, you can look at credibility by being in the media, writing articles or receiving awards. Every award counts. You've got to talk about it because it's part of your brand. You could also show credibility by showcasing your recommendations or your testimonials. I'm a big believer of LinkedIn, but I'm a bigger believer of video-based testimonials. And I have my own YouTube channel, and I highly encourage you, every time you work with clients or even within your organization when you work with your colleagues, get their testimonials and have them from a YouTube perspective. There are many ways that you can get testimonials, and I encourage you to get as many as you can. So this is my challenge for you at this stage. We've talked about two key principles. And the two key principles are, number one, about developing a clear message. My challenge for you is go and craft a powerful value proposition. Challenge number two, I would love for you to really work on demonstrating credibility across touch points. One of the things that I start to see in organizations and in individuals is this fear of saying, oh, it's Singapore and it cannot be too showy and flashy. It's your brand. It's your brand. You need to ensure that you are proud to tell the world that you love your brand. That you're proud to tell the world about your achievements. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do so for you? You own your brand. So as I come to the close of my speech, I want to share a story about something that happened to me in my younger days. The year was 1992. 17 years old, excited, loving life, but really not having experienced that much. Never had a girlfriend. July 25th, I was out about in Orchard Road when I met in an accident. It was a bad accident because as I lay there and a pool of blood forming around me, I could see a huge hole in my chest. They rushed me to hospital. The doctors came in, looked at me and went, "Tiala." For those who don't know what it means gone case. And so I lay there telling myself, I'm 17 years old and I'm going to die. My mom walked in, by the way. And she walked in, she looked at me, she goes, "Oh my God, my son's going to die." My mom wasn't really a motivational speaker. So I lay there, giving up on life. I lay there, telling myself, 17 and goodbye world, nice knowing you. And I had tears in my eyes. At that point of time, while they were preparing me for surgery, a nurse walks in. So I want to give you some context. I'm 17 years old, never had a girlfriend, and a nurse walks in, and she was hot. So here am I going, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Oh my God, she's hot. The nurse walks over, comes over, holds my hand, strokes my hair. She goes, "Jerome, why are you crying?" I looked at her and I said, "I'm dying. I'm 17 and I'm going to die." And she said to me, "You're not going to die. You are going to live life and you're going to experience it to its fullest. And if you survive, I am going to bring you out on a date." And that's when I went, I'm going to live. And so I went for a surgery. I was in hospital for 3 weeks. It was tough, I have to admit. But the first thing I did when I regained consciousness after my surgery was to go, "Where's the nurse?" I described her in full, as vividly as I could. And the head nurse said this to me: "There was no such person." I know what you're thinking, Sean. I was under the influence of drugs, I know. Maybe Hantu. I'll tell you what she was. This nurse, was my angel. She was my angel because she saved my life. Now, some of you may not believe in angels. And the reality of this could have been that it was a nurse off duty, happened to walk by and saw a 17-year-old Indian boy crying. She walks in and she gives this young boy love, care, compassion, warmth, because that is a reflection of her brand and what she stands for. So this nurse came in and she shined that light to me and gave me that will to live. Question I have for all of you is this: what are you doing to turn on your brand? What are you doing to shine your brand in the marketplace? Because we all have different paths, we all have different occupations. She did what she had to do as a nurse. You do what you have to do in your own career. But remember, keep shining and keep that light turned on. My name is Jerome Joseph, and I thank you for your time today.